Good morning to us all. Good morning again. Happy weekend, happy new day, happy new hour. So on this program that we have now, our Thompson program, which is anchored by our boy Gadiadashin. And I really appreciate you all, my viewers and you all the subscribers of this program, Talent Thompson program. I really appreciate you. God bless you all. And I really appreciate you for even there for me. Now, for us to make it easier, our page is on Facebook at Gada Josh Danko Mandika. Also join the group Talent Hunting Program on Facebook for it to be more easier for us. So I really appreciate you all, my viewers. May God bless us. So without wasting too much of time, what we are going to discuss about today is when you are tested. When I'm tested, when you are tested, what will be our result? What are we going to do? How are we going to act when we are tested? When we are in a way where we find no option and there is option. How am I going to overcome it? How are you going to overcome it? That is what we are going to discuss this morning. Let's go. Abraham stretched out his hand and took his knife to slay his son. We are not all tested in the same way, but we will be tested on the same issue. Consider Abraham. After waiting for 20 years, God gave him a son destined to destined to father many nations. That we find in Genesis chapter 17 verse 5. Then God told him to sacrifice that boy on a remote wilderness altar. It didn't make sense because it contradicted God's promise. Yet Abraham obeyed. Yet Abraham obeyed. What are we going to what are we trying to say is after 20 years God has promised Abraham that yes, Abraham, relax, I'm going to give you a son, yeah, I'm going to make you the father of all nations. Now God has provided his son for him. And just think for you to just woke up one early morning and think that yes, let me go and sacrifice this person. Is it going to be possible for me? Is it going to be possible for you? Those things that we like it, we love it, and just say that I need this thing, give this thing to me. Am I going to put it down? Am I going to sacrifice it for God? Am I going to say that yes, because it is God that said that yes, I'm going to, and you are going to live? Is it possible for us? Is it possible for me to sacrifice those things that I love for God? Yes, I love this thing. I'm going to sacrifice it for God. This is what I'm going to do for my God. And Abraham went to the wilderness altar, but that is contradicted to God's promise because when God gave him that son after 20 years, God did not promise that Abraham, you are going to sacrifice this son to me, I'm going to collect it back from you. That contradicted the promise of God. It contradicted the promise of God. But to God be the glory, Abraham went to the wilderness and he altered the son. And where we read from here, and he said that, and Abraham obeyed. Yet Abraham obeyed. Yet Abraham obeyed God. Yes, because it is the voice of the Lord. He obeyed God. Yes, if at all I sacrifice this my son to him, for God to promise me for about 20 years, I still give me that son. I know he's going to do more than that for me. Don't forget that God has promised Abraham that he is going to make him the father of all nations. See now, Abraham is the father of all nations. So yet sac the request from God contradicted his promise. But Abraham has no choice when he's tested. It seems that there is no solution, but there is a solution, and he still sacrificed his son to God. Let's continue. Yet he obeyed. Now it's unlikely you will be called to face the same challenges as Abraham. But but rest assured, you will be tested on the same issue. For example, you'll be tested on the level of commitment. It is the level of my commitment that I'm going to be tested. I can't be tested below the level of my commitment to God. On our talents, we are going to be tested. Every way we are going to be tested. It is the way you are committed to your talent that you are going to be tested, the way you bring it up, the way you are promoting your talent. That is the way you. It is the level of my commitment to anything that I do, maybe positive or negative, that I'm going to be tested. Let's continue. You'll be tested on the issue of who is con. When going when the going gets tough, will you stay committed to God and obey His word, or will you look for a way out? When the commitment is out, am I when it gets more tough, am I going to stay with God, or am I going to find another solution that contradicts the will of God? Am I going to say that yes, this is the voice of the Lord? If it is the voice of the Lord, am I going to say that yes, I still trust in God? Am I going to stay with God, or I'm going to find another solution to the problem, or am I going to run astray? Am I going to find a negative way to solve it out? Don't forget that you cannot use negative to solve positive things. You cannot use negative ideas in your negative perspective to solve positive issue. Let's continue. When it doesn't make sense, isn't fair, and you doesn't deserve it, you will trust God and remain faithful to Him. You will be tested on the issue of who is in control of your life. I will be tested on who is in control of my life. Who do I submit my life for? Is it for God or to the devil? Don't forget that the devil will test his people. The devil even tested his people. We are going to be tested on both sides, positive, negative, on both sides. There is no where there is no test. We are going to be tested every time. When you can see the hand of the enemy at work, or identify the person possible for your predicament, pressure or pain, will you remember that all things work together for good? When um when I am tested, when I am in the problem, am I going to remember all things work together for good? Am I going to have this thing that all things work together for good? Anything that happen, yes, I'm going to still hold on God. I'm going to still believe in God that all things work together for good, no matter how the circumstances may be, no matter how the problem may be. Am I going to still rest on God? Don't forget the Bible says anyone that rests on flesh. Don't forget that there's disappointment in resting on flesh. Those people that you went to go and meet that you did not stay with, they are also human beings like you. Even if it's a pastor or herbalist or imam, he is still a human being like you. Are we going to say that yes, all things work together for good? No matter how the problem may be, I'm going to stay with God. I'm going to endure with my problem till the solution is that. Let's continue. And God is still run and God is still running the show. Romans chapter 8 verse 20. Another area where you can be tested is on the issue of your faith. When it looked like God was raining on his promise, yet by Abraham, when he was tested, offer up Isaac. Now, could a loving father do such a thing? Because he never doubted that God would raise Isaac up. even from the dead. So when you are tested, hold fast the profession of your faith without wavering, for the for he is faithful that promised. It is not human being that promised you, it is not human being that promised, it is God the Most High that promised you. Abraham doesn't expect that, yes, is going, God is still there for him, God is still going to make Isaac off. I will be tested on the level of my faith. You too will be tested on the level of your faith, the level of your talents, how you bring your talent. Don't forget we are talking about the deep about talent. We are talking about our talents, your talents. So yeah, we're going to proceed, my people, on this program, Talent 30 program, which you have known my name, Galadosh, also known as Young Fortune. So you can follow me up on Facebook, my page, Galadosh. You are going to see the banner of this program there. Galadosh, and you can also send a friend request to me at Young Fortune. And you can kindly subscribe on this YouTube channel, Galadosh Talent 30 program, and you can follow me up on Instagram, Galadosh, and you can follow me on TikTok, Jump for Comedy TV, and you can follow me up on Twitter, God Adeosun. So thank you all. Have a nice day, and you can contact me on Let's Chat on God Adeosun. Thank you all. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Have a nice day. We shall meet tomorrow by 5 to 5:30 p.m. New Time. Thank you all. Have a nice day. I really appreciate you. Much of my viewers.